It's a Gundam!
Super Draco here, and welcome back to It's a Gunpla, the show whose name I really did not properly think out before posting. So, we're continuing with real grade GaoGaiGar, and that meme at the start, I think it's funny. If you're getting tired of it, tell me, but I think it's funny, so I'm going to keep doing it. Because in all truth, this I would actually be willing to technically count this as a Gunpla, because to my knowledge, there aren't any other real. I don't think there are any other real grade super robots. I think they're all Gundam kits. Anyway, so me nitpicking aside, so picking up from last time, I don't remember what we were talking about. That's probably a symptom of the fact that I just worked all night before I made this video. This is like the last thing I'm doing before I go to sleep for the day. For those that are new here and haven't seen some of my really old videos, doing YouTube for me is just a hobby. It's fun. Now, if I can get paid to do it, because I talk about this all the time in Lego videos, but one of my I shouldn't say it's a goal, but one of my fantasies for this channel is being able to get monetized. Because if I ever monetize this channel, and this is a promise that basically every penny I make would go immediately back into more content on this channel. Because that's all this will ever be. Like I said, I have a career. I work medical. And I actually like my career. So this is just a hobby. Anyhow, let's get away from that. That's kind of heavy and whatnot. So, last time we finished one of the arms. Or maybe we finished... Yeah, we finished one of the arms, so we're just going to finish GaoGaiGar's other arm, as well as the hands. And then we're going to move on. I think we start the legs in this video. I might be wrong. Again, worked all night, so I'm a little frazzled. I'm told it's charming and endearing. I don't believe it, but my wife is very lovely. I mean that as a person and in looks. Anyway, so you get choices of hands. It's always nice, especially in GaoGaiGar's case, because he's small, so posable hands really aren't going to be benefit him at his size. So anyhow, GaoGaiGar. So we talked about the first half and the Zonders. What we didn't talk about is that the Passator, the leader of the Zonders, he had 4 generals. 3 of them whose names I cannot remember, and one of them being Pizza. As in, yes, the Italian circle with sauce and cheese on it, pizza. Which that was a derisive name given to him to mock him by Passator. Because all 4 generals were beings that had been turned into Zonders by Passator. 2 of his generals were apparently... Now I'm going to look it up. They were presented as like Greek. Let's have a look. So the 4 Zonderans, they're basically mechanized people. Basically, they're what would happen if a Zonder completes their process and becomes a full machine being. Um, so you had pizza, pincheron, polonaise, and ricotta. Um, Polonaise, in his Zonder form, looked like a man with a hybrid of a train and a beetle for a head. It was very strange. And he, just from appearance, appeared to be from the green planet that Mamoru came from. Whatever the name of that planet is. Primarda appeared to be a ballerina, except all of her costume was made out of car parts, including her chest that were headlights. Because who doesn't like a good pun on the term high beams? But Primarda was destroyed by G-Stone energies from Chorin, one of the AI robots that helped GaoGaiGar. And then the other ones, Pincheron and Pizza. Pincheron looked like a boat with an eye on the front and arms and legs, and then Pizza looked like a weird mechanical bird man. When they were purified by, I believe they were purified by a kid named Kaido, who turns out to be a clone of Mamoru from a red planet that also fell in the war against the Zonders and the Primevals, which we'll get to the Primevals. So, upon being purified, Pizza was revealed to be Soldat J, a warrior from, I believe, the red planet. He was also a cyborg-like guy. But unlike Guy, who was powered by the G-Stones, Soldat J was powered by a J crystal or J gem. And so Soldat J. But before that, Pincheron actually was the computer for Soldat J's battleship. And the battleship, I'm trying to think of the name. But Pincheron's proper name was Tomoro 0117. He was the main computer of the J-Arc, that's it. The J-Arcs were a fleet of battleships assigned to a number of cyborg soldiers, with Soldat J being the last one. The J-Arc, the bridge and the forward cannons can actually detach and become the J-Bird. Or I'm sorry, the J-Der. The actual bridge section is the J-Bird. So the J-Bird can undergo fusion with Soldat J to become the J-Der, and then it can undergo fusion again with the entire J arc to become King Jader. King Jader is a gigantic mech that's like 2 to 3 times taller than GaoGaiGar. Sometimes more, sometimes less, just depending on the scene he's in. And for perspective, again, in the finale of GaoGaiGar vs. Betterman, King Jader was helping them try to fix the dimension rip, and he had 5 sets of dimension pliers attached to his hands, because his fingers were the same size as GaoGaiGar's arm. So in Season 2, it turns out Passader was a part of a being called the Z-Master. And I'm looking this up so I can be right. The Z-Master is the combined form of the Zondermaster program from the Purple Planet to direct and control Zondermetal. And that's why the Zonders are trying to take over entire planets, because that's more and more Zondermetal for it to control. So the Z-Master is this strange being that's made up of the 31 machine primevals. Now, the 31 machine primevals are the progenitors of the Zonders and the Zondarians. Passader, who arrived on Earth he was the heart, or at least part of the heart of the Z-Master, because all of the primevals represent an aspect of them, like the fist, the hair, the jaws, the leg, the spine, the brain, the arms, etc. And although they didn't appear, there's also apparently there also appears to be primevals for the genital, the breast, and most of the organs. And just from a quick look, we are almost out of time, because we have about finished this section of GaoGaiGar's legs. So as we go out on the music, thanks for watching. Check out my my fantasy story on Fiction Press, The King of Mercenaries. And I will see you for the next part, where hopefully we're finishing up GaiGar. And actually, while I've got a second, we're currently at 211 subscribers. Thank you, each and every one of you, for subscribing. You're awesome and probably very handsome. See you for the next video.